What is going on, guys? Will Blandon. This is one for you guys that have no clue or no idea of what they should do if they start a holding company or an operating company to do business, but they have the corporate credit. Zetegrity is doing this new thing where they have a corporate credit program called the Black Table. And it is a little pricey, just to be transparent. They want $5,000 down, and 20% on the back end of whatever they get you. But because they have this thing where you're getting shares of stock evaluated at a much larger amount than would normally be considered. So somehow they have a way to make your shares of stock much higher, well into the millions. Like they say they could get your shares of stock evaluated for like $100 million. And with that evaluation, they can get you 500K to 5 million in corporate credit. No PG, corporate credit. And I'll have a video below this video giving you the whole story. They'll break it all down for you. You have to become a Zetegrity card holder first to even be considered. And you have to pay the $70 a month plan just to get into the Black Table. So some layers. The only reason why I say it might be worth it, even though it's pricey, is because normally if you came to me and be like, well, I need you to start me a corporation and let's build some corporate credit on it, it's going to cost you a few $100s in monthly stuff, like maybe another $250, maintain your virtual office, stuff like that, and about $3,000, and that's my cut included, and that's the rest is paying the lawyers to do the setup. But you're not going to get your shares evaluated high as what Zetegrity and his team is doing. They're getting your shares evaluated very high. That's what you're paying for. You know, you're paying whatever agency monitors your stock and keeps your stock evaluated so high. So your stock, as long as you make your payments, you know, for whatever credit you borrowed, you're going to be able to keep getting more corporate credit as time goes on. So here's what I recommend for you people that don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to overspend with this stuff. I would say, with the example, say they got you $1 million, and out of that $1 million, you had a line of credit that you literally draw a check for $300,000. You have a credit line, you can literally take out $300,000. I would take out the whole $300 credit line, but put it in your business account. Put it in your corporate business account. And then from your corporate business account, you'll be making the payments from that. That'll be payments that'll cover their percentage. And then you immediately put down some money on some real estate. I don't care if it's ran down real estate. As long as it has some value, you're buying it outright, put it in some real estate so you don't get in trouble later. Whether you just want a property to live in, I'm going to recommend, and this is like perfect timing because 2021, the real estate market game is going to crash. Everybody, all the experts are saying it. So all you got to do is hold on to some of this corporate credit, even if you just left it in your corporate account and paid yourself out a small paycheck. Don't get crazy. Only pay yourself like $30,000 a year, whatever you got to live on. Wherever you can afford to live on, that's only what you're going to pay yourself as an actual check. You know, because your company's going to pay for everything else, guys. You got to understand this. Your corporation is what's going to pay. If you do this right, it's going to pay for your housing. You're going to have to pay for your utilities. I even have an idea. I'll give you my idea of what I'm going to do for transportation. And this will not work if you're a heavy driver. I'm just keep it real with you. It's not going to work for you. You could get a corporate lease at certain dealerships. I'm going to try to go with Range Rover. I'm going to get something nice. I'm going to put down however much you got to do using corporate credit. You know, if you got to put down $4 or $5 grand just to keep the payment low, that's what I'll do. Even the payment will be paid by the corporation. I'm going to do this with the C Corp that Troy and his team set up. I'm going to set this all up, a nice lease vehicle. I'm not going to use this vehicle a lot. This vehicle will be used to drive, to talk to clients, you know, do some errands, because I do have errands to do with keeping my company, you know, going and stuff. And maybe a hot date. I mean, that's even really rare, you know what I mean? Just press some lady. But I'm going to get a very nice lease. I'm barely going to drive it because I have the Subaru, which I usually drive. And, you know, maybe I want to go out with my kid or whatever like that, I may drive it, but it's not going to be used with a lot of mileage going on it. So I'll be able to trade this in, get a new one every 3 years. This is fully covered transportation. The tires, the oil changes, the repairs, all covered by the corporation. You can pay with your corporate card. You know, some tax guys will differ, you know, as far as what you're right. Some tax people will tell you can only write off the mileage. I've heard different. I've heard that could be 100% write-off if you buy the vehicle under the corporation and you could prove that the vehicle is for business purposes. You know, I'm going to buy at least a 2 to 3 family. It will not go under my C Corp as Troy and his team set up. It'll be under a LLC owned by my holding company because I already have a separate holding company. I'm going to take corporate credit that I should be getting hopefully by next month or January. I'm going to take money from that and put it into Z-Tegrity's Black Table because they can get me corporate credit, they say, in 60 days. It took me 4 months over here to just get where I'm going to be getting corporate credit. You know, and that's one of the reasons why if you become my client, I won't use this company over here that I use to set up my holding company. But I found more efficient actual law firms and their CPAs that can set your stuff up, and a cut will be mine. You know, cheaper than what Troy's doing. But keep in mind, I can't get your shares evaluated as high as Troy and his team with this Black Table corporate credit program. You gotta be a card holder, you know. They make these nice shiny metal debit cards. I'll show you guys mine. And there's more value in becoming a card holder with this company. This is mine, Shania Business. You can get any logo you want on it. You can get your name, you can get your business name. You know, your actual logo with the actual color will be more expensive. But $100 and you're in. You pay the $70 a month plan. They have two. They have a $20 a month and a $70 a month. If you want to get in the Black Table, you pay the $70. You know, they're going to have several banks for you to pick from. You can use your own bank. I used a Oxygen Bank card and I turned it into a Z-Tegrity card. It's thick metal, thicker than the Amex. And I guarantee you guys, I'll challenge you, you throw this down in a restaurant or someplace where there's people around you and they are impressed by this. It doesn't matter what color you make it. They're impressed by them. So make this your C Corp logo or business name. Put your business name on there, and that's free advertising right there. So if you're already in Z-Tegrity, you know, you may have to buy another card. You know, I got one card. It doesn't stop you from opening a whole nother card with them. You know. But this corporate credit stuff is a game changer. It's gonna change my life. If you watch my old videos, you see I was able to build corporate credit in the past, but I made some mistakes. It's a long story. I went through a depression. My grandmother died. It was a long story, but I made some mistakes, and this is my second go round. But now I'm maximizing my corporate credit building because I already have a holding company. I have a holding company that counts in Navy Federal right now. I love Navy Federal. They're very, they're very good customer service. And from what I understand, you'll get the best in personal as well as you'll get some business lines of credit with them. So I'm just waiting to pull the trigger, hopefully soon. I will definitely have videos on that, don't worry. But aside from that, this fintech bank game stuff is going to change. It's going to change history, because all you got to do is get some of these fintech banks, just put your regular day-to-day funding in these accounts, and you build corporate credit. Taking their own money, just put it in the bank. Like literally, if Troy got me a $1.5 million, I can literally start a new Delaware Corp, brand new Delaware Corp, start putting funds in it, and I could build corporate credit on that holding company as well. It don't stop, guys. You guys could keep going, daisy chaining, building corporate credit, and have a organization where you're always funded, but you can't abuse it. You can't go out and buy fancy cars. And granted, you could say a Range Rover that I'm trying to get for business is a fancy car, but it's not, a Porsche. That's not going to work for a business write-off. A Range Rover is an all-terrain vehicle, so you can kind of get away with it a little bit. Obviously pickups work, vans work. You may need a van for your business. I've thought about getting a van for my business, to be honest with you guys. Just to have a van can make you money all the time. Literally, if you guys took your corporate credit and bought a van, you'd be surprised what people will pay you to do. You'll always be valued just having a van. So I might actually in time get a van, so I just thought about that now. Like, you always will be able to make money if you own a van. It's crazy. But my main focus will be the 3-family property. Always have a vehicle that can make you money, whether it be Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, a van, and then have your classy vehicles. In my case, I need something nice to present to corporate clients. If I go pick up a corporate client, I don't want to go pick them up in this Subaru, for example. I want to pick them up. I want to impress them. I want to show them that I'm serious about business. I won't be dressed like this, but I may have something on that's got my corporate name branding on it. This is what you want to do, guys. You could do this in America with any president. It doesn't matter. But I could tell you that if we win the Senate, we meaning Democrats, the money won't stop. The grants won't stop. If you're already set up in a business entity, all you got to do is look for it. And I don't want to rely on government funding. That's why I'm building my exposure. Wait till I get my new branding. When I get my new branding, you guys are going to see how serious I am. I'm going to be everywhere. I'm literally thinking about paying somebody to build my presence on Instagram, where I have 100,000 subscribers. I probably will pay to get that done just for this new company branding. Because remember, I want to be an angel investor. So I want my name out there everywhere, so deals just keep coming. I want deals just keep coming, and I just have money to put in deals. Whether it be real estate or a little business here or, investment here. That's my dream. I want the company to be worth something crazy in the millions. I want it to be valued at the millions, but it's not about how much I pay myself. You don't need a big salary. You know, keep it within, I would say, 10% of what the overall company's making. You know, don't make it too low because our IRS will want to do an audit. So I would say if you got a company that's making $1 million, you could take a small salary, say $50,000 a year. You know, maybe I would maybe make it $100,000 a year just to keep it within, you know, percentage. I would give yourself at least $100,000 a year if I was making $1 million a year in my company. But if your company's only making $100,000 a year, you really only need $20,000, $30,000 a year salary. You don't need a lot. You could pay yourself literally just $20,000. The IRS is not going to come beating down your door. If your company's worth $100,000 and you're only making $20,000, let your company pay for all your stuff. It's going to pay for your car, where you live. It can pay for your utilities. It can pay for your cable, your phone. You know, it can even pay for your personal assistants. You know, hint, hint, it could pay for a personal assistant on salary. It's totally legal, where technically it could just be your girlfriend and you have a check paid out to her. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you can do it. You have that right. You know, and I hope to work with a lot of good people in the future. Once I brand myself an angel investor, I hope to get a lot of offers. I talked to a guy recently in Jersey, said his wife was in a real estate agent, and he's probably going to be getting some deals out there. So it's about networking too. You're not just going to get all this corporate credit and sit on it and not network with the right people so you can make some more money. But I'm going to recommend that if you do Z-Tegrity's program, don't be too quick to pull the trigger on spending. Be more focused on what type of business you're going to do, because you really need to make some money. It's not just about spending money. You need to make some money. And one of the ways I'm going to do that is to brand myself. And I got to pay companies to get that exposure. That's what I'm going to do. So you got to brand yourself. You can't be playing around and not focus on, well, how am I going to make money? I can get this funding and just go right to real estate. I don't have to build a YouTube channel. I don't have to build an Instagram presence. But I'm thinking corporate. You got to think bigger. You got to get your name out there. I'm going to try to brand this company so well that I can monetize it on Facebook. I've never been able to figure out how to go about monetizing a page on Facebook. But I heard if you monetize and brand yourself on Facebook and you're able to monetize your page, that's an opportunity to make a lot of money as well on Facebook, you know, without putting all these ads and all this other stuff. You know, of course, Facebook is going to entice you to do that stuff, but it won't be necessary. It's strictly for branding purposes. I'm going to have a whole new channel, different content, just for that company name, that the C Corp that they set up. And God willing, I will get this EIDL loan increase and use some of that. I probably will use that money. I won't even wait for my funding. I'll just take $5,000, put it into this, wait 60 days. I should already have corporate credit from my first holding company, so I won't be in dire need of stressing out on this. You guys see what I'm saying? But brand yourself. We gotta take at least one company, brand yourself, get your name out there, get a catchy logo, you know, and have people chase you down for deals. That's my goal. I'm gonna try to have it. I'm gonna go on Angie List, pay Angie List fees, and brand myself like an angel investor, and have people come beating down my door to give me deals and offers on stuff. And you're not going to take every deal. You got to put together a team of people that, you know, and I know a perfect person. I have an amazing daughter that is very skeptical about a lot of stuff, and you want skeptical people like her on this board. You come up with a little board of directors. It could be friends, family, and each and every deal has to go in front of the board. I just thought about it right now. My daughter will be on the board. She'll be turning down more offers than I would. But if it's just me, I'm too kind-hearted, guys. Everything that crosses my desk, I'm going to put money into it. And that's not what you want. You want the board to say no to some stuff. So you're going to put together a board. It could be under the corporation, you know. I can make my daughter on the corporation later if she so chooses, you know. But this type of stuff I'm trying to build a legacy for my entire family in the future, you know. And I did make some mistakes in the first go around. Like I said, go look at some of my older videos. I do show you credit lines as I'm getting them. So it's you know, I want you to be very transparent that I'm not making this stuff up. I've seen the lines, you know, Chase 10,000, you know. And this time around, I think I'm actually going to get more in corporate credit than the first time around, because I've learned so much steps, and we didn't have fintech banks back then as well. You know, even though it's only a few years ago, everything's changed. Everything has changed. So I want to thank you guys for listening to me rant on. Subscribe, like, and comment. And I am available. If you guys need me to help you structure something, you know, get your C Corp from Ztegrity. I'm not saying don't. But if you know, need also a holding company later to hold your properties, you might want to give me a call. My information is below. Subscribe, like, and comment. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you.